Speaking of which, can I fanboy for a minute since he's here? You know, it certainly was one of my great moments as a kid, that Tooheys ad with you sliding in. I'm sure there's listeners can remember it like I do.
How do you feel?
I mean, you were bigger for that than almost anything else, weren't you?
At the time, I made that in, I think, 1982. I'd been playing for a couple of years cricket, and it was that big that I would go out with my mates and even Ray sometimes, we're still growing up, and people would say, you're the actor on that fucking Tooheys ad.
Such good ads.
And I'd go, oh, I'm actually playing a few games of cricket. And I'm
a real cricketer.
Did I get upset at that?
A little bit.
Yeah, maybe, but I didn't realise at the time that the impact of that ad and the consequent ones that came after that, which was Mark Ella, there was a rugby league one too, Mark Richards, the surfer mate, we had some guys sailing out on the harbour. It was one of the first that kicked all that off. And the fact that people had no idea I played cricket.
Well, I was one of those.
Yeah,
back then.
I actually realised, wow, the
power
promotion
of
of this. Yeah.
If you ask me now to think of, if you mention the name Mike Whitney, that's the first thing that would come to my head is you sliding in.
It was massive.
Sliding in to the crease and getting in there.
And getting hit with two bales on the head. Yeah.
That's still the clearest thing of everything you've done. You've done a lot of great things, but it's the old saying, F1 goat, you know.
And the actual story, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if you know, Steve, but when I first mentioned to you about you've hit Joel Garner to the boundary, and you said, well, that's not actually how it happened.
It was done with mirrors.
Yeah, it was all.
And I had a haircut in between.
So how do you feel?
Yeah, and I'll tell you this, which you probably would be aware of anyway. The first day was in Adelaide, and then about 5 weeks later, SCG. I did have a haircut in between, so if you look when the bales fall on me, to me running off, the makeup ladies absolutely shit themselves on the second day. But after the filming in Adelaide with the West Indies, there wasn't a lot of crowd there, so there wasn't a big drinking session after that. But at the end, at the SCG, that was the Coogee Surf Club and the Chloe Surf Club. And if you look at the guys on the hill, one's got a fucking carton on his head. When they arrived at 9 o'clock in the morning, there was garbage tins full of coal piss. Tooheys, fucking piss. It's Tooheys ads.
Of course.
And they said, you can't have a drink until 11:30. And the next thing I saw was two blokes running away with this full garbage bin of coal piss up onto the hill where they were all going over. And by the time when they said they were supposed to have a drink, they were fucking blind already.
It's all gone.
And it just went on all day. And then after we finished filming, into the bar and that at the SCG, it was a big session. And, of course, Tooheys just kept coming in with fucking cartons, and it was a Tooheys ad.
Yeah.
It was a Tooheys ad.
How did you get the gig?
Well, Tooheys were the sponsor of New South Wales cricket at the time.
Yeah.
And in 1981, I went to England to play a bit of league cricket and got pulled out of obscurity to play 2 tests. So the promotion and the notoriety around that was huge. And Dirk Wellham was also on that tour. He made 100 in his first test. So we got back and Tooheys said they'd already, you may remember this ad before, they made one ad before that where Steve Rickson hooked Dennis Lilly.
Yep.
That was the first one, and this was the follow-up to that. So Steve Rickson worked for Tooheys. They said, you can be at the other end. Wits Batten, the West Indies are coming out in the off-season. The notoriety of you getting picked in England is huge. So we'll use this. We'll use you for the ad.
Sliding in for that moment. Did you realise how big it was going to be?
No, not at all. They said that ad was going to run for like 6 weeks. It ended up running for 6 years.
Roll the ad. Let's have a listen.
You're not going to believe this.
You can cut that in.
Mate, seriously, 1981, I still get 2 things said to me a lot. Are you going to dare me? Now, we haven't made Who Dares Win since about 97 or 98. And every now and again, how do you feel? And I'll look at the bloke and they'll go, the fucking Tooheys ad, mate. And it's 1981.
That'd be me.
45 years ago.
But a lot of people don't even know you played cricket.
No, that's right.
Like people like on our socials, and when you're on the Bloke in the Bar podcast, one of the biggest podcasts in the country a few months ago, all the comments when you're on there were like, oh, did he play cricket? That's just a TV thing.